I used to build apps. Now I build homes. I traded conference rooms for crawl spaces, Zoom calls, for power tools. People said I was crazy. Why walk away from tech? Why give up 6 figures for sawdust? But I didn't leave because I failed. I left because I was done pretending, done chasing stability in a world built on shifting sand. Because here's the truth. In a world full of code, I needed something real. And it wasn't just the work that changed me. It was something else. Something one man in a hard hat told me that I still hear every time I pick up a tool. But I'll come back to that. First, let me tell you how I lost everything. Silicon Valley, the land of IPO dreams, ergonomic chairs, and kombucha on tap. It sounds perfect. And for a while, it was. I was a front-end engineer at a fast-growing startup, wore the hoodie, took the stock options. I coded 60 hours a week for a product no one really needed. Scenes of late-night Slack messages, drowsy mornings, back-to-back meetings about alignment, panic attacks before Monday stand-ups. They told us we were changing the world, but I couldn't even change how I felt waking up. Still, I gave it everything. Late nights, missed birthdays. I hustled like my future depended on it. Then, the layoffs. 1,200 gone overnight. Just a Slack ping and a locked email. Like we never mattered. That kind of silence is deafening. That kind of betrayal sticks. You start to wonder if any of it mattered. Then came the grind. Cover letters, rejected resumes, automated replies that sounded like bots wrote them. I spent months crafting my story, chasing keywords, smiling through interviews. 3rd round, 4th round, ghosted. It's not just job searching, it's soul searching. Every rejection feels personal. Every pause in the inbox feels like proof you're not worth calling back. And you keep asking, am I still valuable? Do I still matter? Until one day, I stopped applying, and I started building. I didn't know what came next, but I knew what I wanted to feel. Pride, purpose, peace. So I picked up a hammer, helped a neighbor frame a shed, volunteered on a Habitat for Humanity crew. And that's where I met Mike, retired carpenter, hands like leather, eyes like steel. He handed me a drill, watched me struggle, then nodded and said 6 words I'll never forget. You think with your hands out here. That was it. No corporate jargon, no performance review, just 6 words that cracked something open in me. You think with your hands out here, not with a deck, not with a pitch, with presence, focus, intent. He didn't care where I went to school, just how I showed up, and whether I stayed when things got hard. I apprenticed with Mike, learned to sweat again. It wasn't easy. I made less. I got sore, but I smiled more. I realized, this work? It isn't less than. It's just different. The trades demand brilliance, not in code, but in creativity, problem solving, on the fly, in the dirt, in the rain. You don't just build things, you repair things, invent solutions, sometimes in the mud, sometimes on the roof, always with your hands. And when you walk away, you don't wonder if it mattered. You can see it, touch it, trust it. Back then, I woke up dreading emails. Now I wake up with sawdust on my boots. Back then, I waited weeks just to hear no. Now I'm booked 3 months out. Back then, I asked permission to take a day off. Now I work with my hands, on my terms. I used to feel invisible. Now I drive past homes and say, I helped build that. I wouldn't trade that for anything. AI is here. It's replacing office jobs, writers, analysts, programmers. But here's what it still can't do. Climb a ladder. Fix a leak. Patch a roof before the storm hits. We're entering a world of digital instability. But trades? They're rooted in physical truth. AI runs on servers. Servers that need electricians. Fiber that needs splicing. Concrete that needs pouring. While others ask, is my job future-proof? I've got work waiting. Because when your value lives in your hands, it can't be deleted. If you're out of work, if you're questioning your worth, if you've given your best and still got laid off, you're not broken, you're not too late, and you're not alone. You don't need another degree. You don't need to beg recruiters to notice you. You just need a place to rebuild, a tool to hold, a trade to learn. Because trades don't just build homes, they rebuild people, like they did for me, like they could for you. And as Mike told me that day, you think with your hands out here? And that kind of thinking, it never goes out of style. This is blue-collar rise, for the ones who build, for the ones who rise when others fall. If this story hits home, share it. And subscribe for more stories of purpose, pride, and second chances. Because while the world chases the next big trend, we'll be out here building what matters, with grit, with skill, with hands that still think.